Hello students, I am Subhas and you are watching Grammar with Sulsa. Now we have most important subject zero type conditional clause. Before you have already known about my basic conditionals. So now we have zero type conditional clauses. When students will come to see some sentences in the field of conditional clause with sense of scientific truth, general truth, natural truth or natural event, habitual action, real event, there we have to understand that it is in zero conditional clause. In zero conditional clause we will get some form of tense, but now we have been present indefinite form of zero conditional clause. In present indefinite form, the structure is if plus subject plus verb 1 plus other words plus use comma plus subject plus verb 1 plus other words. Let's take some examples. If you heat ice, it melt. So here you can understand here, if you heat ice, here if you heat ice is a subordinate clause or adverb clause or if clause, and it melt is main clause or principal clause. So this sense is in scientific truth. So students, the next example is if you work hard, you pass the exam. Here students, if you work hard, this is subordinate clause, and you pass the exam, this is main clause. So it's just a general truth. Then last example is if I make a promise, I keep it. Here it's also a general truth. Here the above examples clearly show that each example refers the present indefinite form, which is verb 1 of the verb in both the clauses. In our first example, like here the verb heat contains the present simple or present indefinite form in the if clause, and the verb melt also contains the present indefinite form in the main clause. It is also known as zero type of conditional clause. Students, because in these cases the condition as well as the result effect remain in a zero, as both the clauses contain the present indefinite form respectively. Students, now I want to give you some special examples which is zero type of conditional clauses. Here the conjunction if can be substituted by the conjunction like when or whenever. Just carefully read those sentences. When or whenever you heat ice, it melts. And when or whenever I make a promise, I keep it. Students, just now I want to show you the zero type conditional clause with simple past or past indefinite form. Here the structure is if plus subject plus verb 2 plus other words, use comma plus subject plus verb 2 plus complements or other words. Let's some examples related with it. Students, we have if we worked hard, you got the first division. Here subordinate clause is if you work hard, use comma, you got the first division, that is main clause. Okay, here you can see the worked verb is verb form 2, and the got verb and second clause main clause, that is verb 2. Then you can write to the extent of this sentence, you got the first division if you worked hard. If students you write extents of the sentences, then you don't use comma. You got the first division if you worked hard. So students, if you worked hard, it is subordinate clause, if clause and conditional clause, and you got the first division, it is principal clause and main clause. Students, now the second clause is if you hit a red hot iron, it went. Here you use a comma at the end of the first clause. In this second sentence, if you hit a red hot iron is subordinate clause. Here conjunction is if, you is a subject, hit is verb 2. But in the main clause, it is subject and bend is bent. Here bent is verb form 2, which comes from verb 1 bend. Okay. Now students, we have zero type conditional clause with the present and past continuous form. So it can also take the present or past continuous form of the verb in the conditional if clauses but not in the main clause. Okay, so then the main clause contains either in present simple or past simple form of the verb respectively. First you have to watch its conditional structure, students. Let's take a glance. If plus subject plus is are plus verb for plus other words or complement, then use comma plus subject plus verb 1 plus other words. Here we can take some examples. If the building is breaking, use comma, it needs to repair immediately. Here the conditional clause is if the building is breaking. Here you can say also the subject is the building and verb is auxiliary is and breaking is verb 4. So then another main clause, it needs to repair immediately. Here the subject is it, which is building, and needs is verb 5 or verb 1, present indefinite. So repair immediately. Students, now just I want to show you zero type conditional clause with past continuous form. Here you can watch on my screen if plus subject plus was were plus verb 4 plus other words, use their comma subject plus verb 2 plus other words. Here students, just example we can take, if the building was breaking, it needed to repair immediately. Can you tell me, students, what is its subordinate clause? If the building was breaking. Here the conjunction is if. So if the building was breaking, the building is subject, was is an auxiliary, and verb 4 is breaking. So the next main clause is it needed. It, what is? The building is it and needed is verb 2 to compare immediately. So our answer is if the building was breaking, it needed to repair immediately. Students, I think this video will get you clear about zero type conditional clause. Then you can get my one type conditional clause on my next video. Thank you for your unconditional love. Thank you.